The romantic relationship between Hope Logan and Liam Spencer has been one of the most durable and captivating storylines in the history of the bold and the beautiful. Fans have been bearing witness to them falling in love, experiencing heartbreaking betrayals, reconciling, and ultimately breaking apart once more for a number of years. Their relationship is like a candle that is burning slowly, and it is continuously vacillating between the hope of reigniting a flame and the reality of being extinguished. The tremendous emotional connection that Hope and Liam share has always been the driving force behind their relationship. This connection is resilient enough to bring them back together even after the most excruciating of separations. To put that into perspective, their journey has been everything but straightforward. Both of these individuals have been forced to confront their particular ambitions and flaws as a result of the complications that have arisen about their family, their former partners, and their own personal development. The audience are left wondering whether Liam and Hope are destined to get back together again, or whether this particular phase of their relationship has truly come to an end. This question is raised as the episode progresses. Will Liam's affections for Hope be able to triumph over the uncertainties that he has been facing as of late? Will Hope's affections undergo a profound change as a result of the introduction of a new person into her life? In order to get to the bottom of the situation, let's take a look at what's going on with these two, including their past and current relationships, as well as what might occur in the future. As a result of Hope's affair with Thomas, the fallout. Hope's affair with Thomas Forrester, a guy who had been fascinated with her for years to the point of pathological fixation, was one of the most shocking occurrences that occurred in the most recent months. Liam was left heartbroken and bewildered as a result of the betrayal. He was unable to comprehend how the lady he had always considered to be his true north could develop feelings for the man who had previously caused them both a great deal of suffering. The dynamics of Hope and Liam's relationship were irrevocably altered as a result of them having an affair. Hope's affair with Thomas was not motivated by simple lust or passion. Rather, it was a result of the profound emotional challenges that she was experiencing. Hope had been exhausted over the course of her life from playing the role of the ideal wife and mother, constantly performing to the standards that were set for her. The intensity and raw energy that Thomas exuded exemplified a different kind of freedom and thrill than what was typically experienced. Hope ultimately gave in to her feelings for him, despite the fact that she had fought them off for as long as she could, which resulted in the dissolution of her marriage to Liam. This raises the question, is it possible for Liam to ever truly forgive Hope? If this is the case, will the wound caused by her betrayal continue to plague him, preventing them from ever being able to find peace together again? The struggle of Liam. Should he move on or should he forgive? Liam Spencer has always been recognized for being the moral compass in his relationships. He frequently makes an effort to do what is right, even when it causes him to experience emotional agony during the process. But the latest steps that Hope has taken have completely sent him into a tailspin. Not only is he unable to ignore the flaws in their foundation any longer, but he is also uncertain as to whether or not a future with Hope is still feasible. Because of his affair with Thomas, Liam is currently struggling with a number of differences within himself. On the one hand, it is impossible to deny his love for Hope. She is the mother of his child, and the two of them have maintained a profound emotional connection that has not been broken throughout the course of many years. On the other hand, the concept of forgiving Hope for falling into Thomas' arms is such a difficult pill to swallow that it is difficult to even consider. Liam has always been a person who is willing to forgive others, but even he has his boundaries. One of the reasons why the betrayal was so devastating was not just because of the sexual nature of the affair, but also because it involved Thomas, the one who has frequently attempted to exert control over Hope and bring about instability in their lives. Having the possibility that Hope may pick Thomas over him is something that causes Liam to feel a profound sense of unease. At this point, Liam is grappling with the question of whether he ought to let go of the past and attempt to reconstruct his life with Hope, or whether he ought to go on for good. This is no longer merely a question of love. Rather, it is a question of self-respect, trust. The introduction of Steffy Forrester, a love triangle that is complicated newly reborn. due to the fact that Steffi Forrester has always played a significant role in Liam's life. The fact that she is now a part of this particular plotline just serves to make the issue more complicated. As Liam and Hope's marriage begins to fall apart, Steffi finds that she is increasingly drawn back to Liam. This is not only due to the fact that they have a past together, it is also due to the fact that Liam has always been the father of her child and a significant presence in her life. The connection that Steffi has with Liam is something that she cannot deny, despite the fact that she is also considering her own relationship with Finn. Steffi's capacity to comprehend Liam's sorrow, which stems from the fact that she has herself been on the receiving end of betrayals, has only served to bring the two of them closer together. As a result, they have been dancing around their feelings for each other for years. Due to the fact that Hope's affair with Thomas continues to be a source of anxiety for Liam, the desire to seek solace from Steffi is constantly present. The question that needs to be answered is whether or not Liam will make the decision to reunite with Steffi and start a new life with her, or whether he will choose to resist the draw of their history and continue to concentrate on mending his marriage with Hope. Hope's internal struggle, being torn apart from one world to another, it was not an easy choice for Hope to make, but she ultimately chose to be with Thomas. Her actions were, in many respects, a kind of defiance against the existence that she felt was suffocating her. Thomas exemplified everything that was dissimilar to the life that she had constructed with Liam, which was a life that was full of duties, expectations, and ongoing moral conundrums. The affair that Hope had with Thomas, on the other hand, did not come without any repercussions. She must now face the consequences of her acts, and her heart is split between two men who symbolize very different futures. She is forced to confront the ramifications of her actions. On one side is Liam, the man she has loved since the beginning of her life, the father of her kid, and the individual who exemplifies stability and a family history that they both share. Thomas, on the other hand, is a man who captivates her in ways that she never imagined were possible. He provides her with a sense of freedom and passion that she has been lacking in her life up to this point. The question that remains is whether Hope will make an effort to save her marriage to Liam, or whether her friendship with Thomas has opened up a new route for her, one that she is unable to walk away from. Is it redemption or manipulation, according to Thomas Forrester? When it comes to this narrative, Thomas Forrester is the wild card. Over the course of many years, he has played the role of the antagonist in the lives of Hope and Liam, manipulating the circumstances in order to achieve his goals. However, over the course of the previous few months, Thomas has reportedly undergone a change, asserting that his preoccupation with Hope is now a thing of the past. But is it possible to put your faith in Thomas? Is his current atonement only an additional layer of manipulation that he employs in order to achieve his goals? Within the context of this ongoing narrative, Thomas looks to be having genuine regret for his actions in the past and appears to be making an effort to make apologies. Despite this, his affections for Hope are still very much alive, and it is still unknown whether or not he has completely changed. This is something that awaits further investigation. Thomas has a long history of being crafty and dishonest, and it is probable that his latest good guy character is nothing more than a facade that he is using to win Hope over once more. If it turns out that Thomas is, in fact, manipulating Hope once more, then Liam's concerns are well-founded, and any attempt at reconciliation between Liam and Hope might be doomed from the very beginning. On the other hand, if Thomas has undergone genuine transformations, then it is possible that Hope's attraction to him is more than just a passing fling. Rather, it may be the beginning of something that will become permanent. What is the influence of Brooke Logan? Does mother know best? Hope's mother, Brooke Logan, has never been hesitant about expressing her ideas, and she has always been fiercely protective of her daughter's happiness for as long as she can remember. Since a long time ago, Brooke has been and continues to be an advocate for the connection between Hope and Liam. She views Liam as the individual who brings stability, love, and family values into the lives of her daughter. The animosity that Brooke has for Thomas is not a secret. She has cautioned Hope on multiple occasions about the manipulative characteristics that Thomas possesses, and she continues to be wary of his proclamation of redemption. Throughout the course of this narrative, it is highly probable that Brooke will persist in encouraging Hope to make amends with Liam, since she is certain that he is the sole genuine way to ensure her daughter's happiness. Nevertheless, Brooke's influence may be a double-edged blade in some situations. It is possible that her guidance originates from a place of love and care. Nevertheless, it also has the ability to limit Hope's own wants and undermine her sense of agency. It is possible that Hope will start to feel as though she is living her mother's conception of happiness rather than her own, which will undoubtedly result in additional complications in her relationship with both Liam and Thomas. A fork in the road. What could be in store for you? Fans of the bold and the beautiful are left wondering what the future holds for Liam, Hope, and Thomas as the story of these three characters continues to unfold on the show. Is it possible that Liam and Hope will be able to find their way back to one another, or has the moment passed where it is no longer possible? Is Hope going to make the decision to follow her heart, even if it means accepting a future partnership with Thomas? In addition, what part will Steffi play in all of this? Will she be the one to renew her own romantic relationship with Liam? Considering the myriad of elements in play, it is difficult to predict what the future holds for these characters. What is certain, however, is that the bold and the beautiful will continue to provide fans with the dramatic highs and lows that have kept them captivated for decades. It doesn't matter how the story develops, it will undoubtedly be full of love, heartbreak, and surprising turns of events anyway. Possible future events and their consequences. In spite of the fact that it is difficult to know with absolute certainty how this story will conclude, there are a number of other conceivable directions that the program could go in the next months. Listed below are some of the potential outcomes. Scenario 1. A complicated and excruciating kindness. In the end, Liam makes the decision to forgive Hope for her affair with Thomas due to the circumstances described below. On the other hand, their reconciliation is not at all straightforward. They are now forced to address the profound emotional wounds that have been opened as a result of Hope's betrayal, which has resulted in the destruction of the trust that existed between them. Although it is a long and challenging journey, they are ultimately successful in re-establishing their marriage, despite the fact that it will never be the same again. Second scenario. Hope decides to go with Thomas. According to this interpretation of the events, Hope comes to the realization that her feelings for Thomas are more than just a passing interest. Liam is left in utter disbelief as a result of her decision to pursue a romantic relationship with him. Brooke and Ridge find themselves once again at odds with one another on the decisions that their children make as a result of this decision, which produces a ripple effect across their households. For the third scenario, Liam and Steffi, in an effort to find solace, reunite Liam, who is unwilling to forgive Hope for her affair, searches for Steffi. As a result of the two of them reigniting their romance, Steffi finds herself once more caught between her feelings for Liam and her dedication to Finn. There is a possibility that this plotline will revive the love triangle that exists between Liam, Steffi, and Finn, which will result in even more controversy among the Forrester and Spencer families. A new romantic interest for Hope is the fourth scenario. Instead of having to choose between Liam and Thomas, Hope can discover that she is more attracted to a different person. Considering that Hope is attempting to navigate the aftermath of her affair while simultaneously exploring a new romantic engagement, this could be an opportunity for the program to add a new dimension into the tale. The bold and the beautiful. The power of love and conflict that will last forever and ever. Love, family, and treachery have always been at the center of the bold and the beautiful, which has always been about the complexity of these relationships. There is a broader story that has been captivating audiences for more than 3 decades, and the story of Liam, Hope, and Thomas is simply one chapter as part of that larger drama. The trip that Liam and Hope take together will continue to be one of the most captivating components of the program, regardless of whether or not they are able to find their way back to each other. Fans can have peace of mind knowing that regardless of what occurs in the future, the emotional stakes will continue to be high, the drama will be strong, and the characters will continue to navigate the treacherous waters of love and loyalty. Does Liam have any plans to get back together with Hope? Although we are looking forward to the future, the idea of Liam and Hope getting back together is still very much in the air. Even if there are undoubtedly challenges in their way, the profound emotional connection that they have with one another cannot be readily disregarded. Nevertheless, it is possible for anything to take place because Thomas is still a significant component of the equation, and Steffi is waiting in the wings. In the end, the outcome will be determined by whether or not Liam is able to find the capability within himself to forgive Hope, and whether or if Hope is actually interested in re-establishing her life with Liam. For the time being, viewers of The Bold and the Beautiful will have to continue to tune into the show in order to follow the development of this tragic love tale.